Hello everybody, what is up? So it's Monday, which basically means the Premier League game week is over. And I know before somebody starts shouting कि अरे कुछ मालूम ही नहीं तेरे को एक मैच पता है अभी भी लेस्टर वर्सेस वेस्ट हैम मुझे प्लीज पता है यार मतलब just for context I'm saying yeah more or less 9 matches are over so we can totally discuss. आजकल इंटरनेट पे सब ऐसे चढ़ने को तैयार होती है कि तुझे कुछ मालूम ही नहीं. I don't know why that happens though. Why are people always trying to show that they know more than other people? I mean that's just one Google search away, but I guess it's like that. But coming back to the point, sorry for the diversion. भावनाओं में निकल जाता कभी बार. It is Monday and Premier League game is week is over. So let's do a kind of roundup of all the game week action that we saw. And I plan to do this every Monday. I plan to bring out this video every Monday. So in case you like it, if you like what I'm doing, and in case you want to support the channel, please like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe. तो मालूम ये सारा drill तो generally होता है. But before we start, I just want to tell you guys how happy I am with my fantasy league performance. अभी इधर इस पे मैं साइड में अपना फैंटेसी लीग का परफॉर्मेंस कैसा टेबल का दिखा दूंगा. स्पेशली माय डिफेंस, ओ माय गॉड, वी डिड आउट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. आई हैड द बेस्ट डिफेंस एंड आई रियली किल्ड इट इन डिफेंस. आई एम रियली हैप्पी. Incidentally, I made zero changes, zero transfers, and that always kind of tends to happen. Every time I'm making zero transfers, I make more points than somehow. Every time I'm like, अरे बहुत सारे ट्रांसफर्स करके इस बार तो मचा ही दूंगा, इतने सारे लोग आएंगे और ये गेम वीक के तो इतने पॉइंट्स आएंगे, उनमें हमेशा पूरा बर्बाद हो जाता है. सो डैम हैप्पी विथ हाउ माई टीम हैज़ डन सो फार एंड हाउ माई डिफेंस स्पेशली हैज़ डन सो फार. एज यू कैन सी ओवर हियर, जेम्स रीस, Semikas, Alexander Arnold, and Tyron Mings, all of them got assists as well as more and more points. So it is amazing, and clean sheet as well. So it is amazing. But hope the 3 remaining जो players बचे हुए जो इस आगे आने वाले मैच से उनसे भी कुछ मजेदार पॉइंट्स आ जाए तो बड़ा मजा आएगा. But with that, let's move on and cover all the matches one by one. Starting with Liverpool versus Burnley. Liverpool versus Burnley was a very physical match, which all Burnley matches are basically. Sean Dyche is a very tough kind of a person, and he always, and I think he has something against Klopp as well. He always kind of is very pissed off at Klopp, and उसके बारे में बहुत सारा कुछ बोलता रहता है. And Sean Dyche has this look only, the manager of Burnley. He has this kind of look only. You can just you feel that he's just angry. पापा वाला जो look होता है ना, बिल्कुल ही conservative views होंगे और immigration sucks ऐसे वाले views होंगे. He just feels like that. But yeah, Liverpool versus Burnley was an interesting match. Of course, Liverpool won 2-0 thanks to a goal from Mane, which was amazing. Thank God he's scoring goals, and Jota, of course, can't stop scoring, so that was good. But it was a very, very physical match. Lot of rough tackles by Burnley. A couple of them, but just weird that was not given as foul. And like that tackle on Jota, in which somebody just basically picks him up and keeps him over there. It just kind of reminded me कि बचपन में मैंने भी एक बार ऐसा कुछ किया था. जब हम बचपन में फुटबॉल खेलना जस्ट स्टार्ट करते हैं तो सिक्स क्लास में स्कूल में एक लड़का होता था, सौम्या कहला. वो बहुत छोटा था और मैं 6 में काफ़ी लंबा, बड़े बच्चों में से होता था. तो मैं मस्त, और तब तो ऐसे ही होता था ना, बॉल जहाँ भी है सबके सब ऐसे आ गए और बॉल के अराउंड झुंड बन जाती थी. सो आई रिमेंबर मैंने सौम्या कहला को ऐसे उठा के ऐसे रख दिया था. एंड उसके बाद अनफॉर्चुनेटली मेरी हाइट बढ़नी बंद हो गई एंड सौम्या कहला मुझसे जाके लंबा हो गया, विच इज़ अ स्टोरी फॉर कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट वीडियो सम अदर टाइम. बट येस, इट सीम लाइक दैट वाज जस्ट सो फनी कि जोटा को उठा के ऐसे रख दिया, एंड दैट वाज नॉट इवन गिवन अ फाउल. देन कपल ऑफ अगेन सिमिलर टैकल्स ऑन जोटा इनसाइड द पेनल्टी, पीछे somebody just rammed him and it was not given as foul. Matip पे there was this crazy foul, and for some reason these are not being given fouls by referees. And Klopp very rightly made some interesting comments. He's like, people are saying they want the old football to be back where it was rough and tacklish, and everybody says all that, but you really don't want it to be crazy violent as well. So he said that if you like that, just go start watching wrestling or something, which was a great point. And everybody else, of course, apart from Liverpool supporters, were like, क्या रो रहे हो. But उनमें से काफ़ी लोगों के व्यू पॉइंट एक ही दिन में थोड़े से बदल गए. I'll put that as a placeholder and we'll get back to that later. But overall, 2-0 win by Liverpool. वो Burnley pretty much deserved. Sean Dyche of course रो रहा था कि बाद में उसको he deserved a penalty for some reason. After all those fouls, he's like, he deserved a penalty, but yeah, I guess he's one of those cross people. So fair enough point. It's a good match to watch as well. Would have liked Salah to get a goal, but I guess the way it is. Second match on the Premier League was Actually, it was the same time, I think. Aston Villa versus Newcastle, which was again a very good match, and Aston Villa won 2-0, and Danny Ings scored. Danny Ings is the person whom I again like very well. Danny Ings is a ex-Liverpool player, and he was very plagued with a lot of injuries during his Liverpool time. So everybody felt very bad for him that just being plagued by injuries, he's not getting much of game time. But ever since then in Southampton he did very well, and then again right now in Aston Villa he scored a crazy good goal. That was a crazy good goal, like just to go for an overhead kick. अगर ये रोनाल्डो या बेल ने मारा होता सब दुनिया पागल हो जाती, but बेचारा Danny Ings. But I think Danny Ings is in the form of his life right now. He'll keep scoring great goals, and he might just uh, take it up a notch. Let's see how his career goes from there. But it was a great goal, and of course Mings got two assists. Mings के head से ही गया था the ball off जो ऊपर गया था, which Danny scored the overhead kick, and then he got a penalty as well when the ball struck the person's arm, Newcastle defender's arm. So overall 2-0, fair enough result, and it's good to see Aston Villa winning their match, because after the first game week when they lost their match to Watford, I think everybody was like, wait, what? Because Aston Villa last year did very well, and of course a big player, leaving the team like Grealish. Leaving the team and going to Man City has a very kind of vacuum effect on the team. So a team has to get over that setback. Plus, John Terry was involved with the defense earlier with Aston Villa. He was not. He's not with Aston Villa anymore. So that it's. Everybody was kind of curious to see, will this be like the downturn of Aston Villa. So it's great to see them win their match, and it was a good game. Moving on to the next game, which was Crystal Palace versus Bedford. To be honest, I did not see this game, but it's 0-0. So I guess yeah, it was 0-0. I did catch the highlights of this game just to see Zaha, because बहुत मजा आता है Zaha का frustrated face. He just like, अरे यार मैं कहाँ फंस गया हूँ यार, मेरे को तो बहुत बड़ी जगहों पे होना चाहिए था, which is fun to see. But yeah, Crystal Palace could have won it. They had a couple of interesting chances, and so did Brentford. Brentford from a free kick they went on to strike the post, so they could have won it as well. And Brentford's story everybody wants to cover. A lot of people keep saying that Brentford has an amazing story, so we could cover. So we could actually do a video about it later. But right now, moving on to the next match, which was the most fascinating match, Leeds versus Everton. Oh man, what a match! What a match! 2-2 draw, and I guess Leeds games सारे ऐसे ही होने वाले. Leeds games is like it's like a game of gambling game or something like that. It's just so crazy. Bielsa's tactics are insane, and Everton kept scoring, and Leeds coming back 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, and to be honest, Everton could have easily won the game because the way Leeds plays. Even if they are down by 2 goals, they would be like, screw defense. We lose by 1 goal, we lose by 7 goals. It doesn't matter. Let's attack. Okay, निकल जाते हैं full on एकदम ही. तो काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग हो जाता है लीड्स के सारे गेम्स बिकॉज आई मीन आई पर्सनली आई मीन नॉट दैट आई एम अ वेरी फुटबॉल टैक्टिशियन सॉर्ट बट दिस जस्ट सीम्स सो मच वैक्यूम इन लीड्स सेंटर midfield Leeds midfield even when they were like 2-2 Everton could have easily scored like a couple of chances. In fact, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he got a very simple chance which by his standards he could have easily converted. It could have been 3-2, but a lot of Leeds supporters will also say that they could have had a penalty in the last 9 moments and they could have easily scored a goal. So it was a very fascinating game. Leeds supporters के तो मतलब heart problems हो जाएंगे by the end of Bielsa reign. In fact, I was just talking about that with the only Leeds supporter I know, probably the only Leeds supporter in India, S.A. Arvind, who has been a Leeds supporter for God knows how many years. Actually, it's the same time, basically 2005, yeah, 2004, 2005, when I just started watching football. I also just started watching football during those years only, and that back then Leeds was a very fascinating team. It was supposed to go and do great things because they had a very talented squad. Mark Viduka was there, Harry Kewell was there. Rio Ferdinand was there. I think James Milner was also there. So it was supposed to be a very talented squad. James Milner, शायद थोड़ा बहुत, but yeah, I'm not sure. But so and S.A. Irwin probably started, not probably, he actually started watching and supporting Leeds then only. And unfortunately, उसके बाद Leeds हो गया. And but he continued to be a supporter, watching all the second division matches, and even going to UK for a match. And they were also like, when he was telling his immigration officer that I'm a Leeds supporter, they're like, are you? And it's so beautiful, all these football support stories. And yeah, it must be a great feeling for him to see Ellen Road back in Premier League, and seeing all that must be great. So yeah, it's a beautiful story. Moving on to the other matches, Man City versus Norwich, which let's be honest, we all expected a Man City whooping. Full expect कर रहे थे कि 12 गोल कर देंगे, शायद 13 गोल कर देंगे. एंड फर्स्ट गोल जब हुआ उससे पहले के 5-10 मिनट तो देख के तो डर ही लग रहा था. You felt scared for Norwich कि क्या कपड़े फटने वाले इन बेचारों के. एंड fortunately, unfortunately, it was just 5-0. It's hilarious, no, when you're saying just 5-0. But it could have been so much more, so much worse. And yes, Jack Grealish got his first goal. Not the best goal. We would have got. I'm pretty certain Jack Grealish would do great things in City as long as he keeps getting chances. But it was not the best goal he got. But he, at least उसका खाता तो खुल गया. And Man City के matches बस इसी perspective से खराब लगते हैं कि यार पता ही नहीं है Guardiola किनको खिलाने वाला है. सो एज अ FPL प्ले इफ यू आर प्लेइंग फॉर FPL यू कैन नेवर ट्रस्ट Guardiola कि वो किन लोगों को खिलाने वाला है. एंड यू कैन नेवर फॉर श्योर से दैट ये डिफेंडर तो होएगा ही, ये मिडफील्डर तो होएगा ही, भगवान जाने. Guardiola probably looks at people जिन्होंने FPL में किस किस को लिया हुआ इन्हें तो निकाल दो, नहीं ऐसे पर्ची उछाल उछाल के वो टीम सिलेक्ट करता है. सो काफ़ी FPL के तो बहुत लोगों को Guardiola ने वाट लगाई हुई है. एंड that was the reason most people, I mean, of course they were, apart from City fans, a lot of people watch it just for that. But 5-0 Man City versus Norwich, very interesting. Of course, it was a great game to see for all Man City supporters. Moving on to the next game, which was Brighton versus Watford, which was 2-0 won by Brighton. Again, good to see Brighton winning. Brighton is a team I really like. काफी interesting team. In fact, last year also, I had kind of I was expecting better out of them. In fact, if you even compare the stats, I think somebody came out with those stats or on those athletic articles that expected goals versus actual goals में उनका difference सबसे ज़्यादा था, which basically meant that Brighton had been the most unlucky club in the whole of Premier League. So Brighton has 2 wins out of 2, which is amazing. It's a fantastic start. I think their manager Graham Potter is also fantastic, and Lallana V and Nicholas Maupay again scores a lot of goal. I really like the person. I think he's Lamptey जो उनके पास loan पे है from Chelsea. He's a really small, bustling kind of a player who did not play this match, but or the previous one. But yeah, I have high hopes for Brighton. I think. Let's see, Brighton can do decent things, at least even if they're in the top half of the Premier League, it will be kind of an achievement for them. So yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hope for that. Moving on to the next match, which got a lot of joy for some people and a lot of sorrow for some people, was Southampton versus United, which was 1-1. Of course, Southampton got the first goal and they went into halftime leading 1-0, which United must have not been very frazzled by, because last time Southampton was leading 2-0 thanks to one free kick by David Ward-Prowse, if I'm not wrong, and another goal. But United managed to come back from it, a last minute header by Cavani, and won that one 3-2. So they must have been pretty much like, we can do this again. And once you have done something like that, of course you have that at the back of your mind कि confidence है कि वापस कर सकते हैं. But that did not happen. I mean, they did get a goal back. 1-1 it was. And United, of course, the United had their fair share of complaints. As I said, वो placeholder डाला था ना वो Liverpool के मैच के वक्त, उस बारे में बात करते हैं. That on the foul that was done on Bruno Fernandes right before Southampton's first goal, and they were like, that was a foul. And honestly speaking, I kind of agree with it, and it kills me a little bit inside to say that, because of course Liverpool United history. But that was a very rough tackle for me per se. I mean, of more or last year, certainly that would have been ruled out because of it being a foul. And I'm sure no person would want to concede a goal, no person would want to see their club concede a goal like that. So just on basis of that, yes, that was definitely rough. And this whole new thing of letting the game go and all, it's nice, but जो blatant fouls है, we could cut that out. Of course, it probably goes to the disadvantage of players like Bruno Fernandes, who have a reputation of falling down very easy. So that's why referees are a little more cautious about giving the foul, which kind of makes sense. But still, it was they must be obviously feeling hard done by conceding a goal like that, and especially how they were dominating the first 5-10 minutes. It seemed like United would score anytime, but of course Southampton also had their phases, and towards the end Southampton was definitely dominating possession as well. It would have been the other way around, but it was a fun match, and I mean, yeah, it's always nice to see United drop points from a Liverpool fans perspective. Sorry यार, भड़को मत, काली वाली मत देने लग जाना. But yeah, and Ole Gunnar also said the same time. In fact, I had tweeted that out. I I tweeted that out first that when did football suddenly turn into rugby, and it was very interesting to see Ole Gunnar go into his press conference and then straight up he said the same thing that I get it that people want a hardcore match, but when does it go straight away from volleyball to being like rugby? And Yeah, so now I think more people will see merit in Klopp's point of if you want to see that all that, just go and watch wrestling. So yeah, I mean, there could be a line between why do we have to go from one extreme कि किसी को कुछ भी छूने दो to the other extreme कि आप मार दो भाई जिसको भी, because then suddenly things will change a lot. People will start. I even on that tweet that I had put out, it suddenly become like. रग्बी somebody had given a very funny reply कि लुकाकू तो अब किसी को चोक स्लैम ही मार देगा, और सच में लग रहा था, बट लुकाकू के बारे में बाद में आएंगे towards the end of this. Moving on to the next match, of course, Wolves versus Tottenham, which was a very interesting match because again Tottenham coach, Tottenham manager right now, Nuno Espirito Santos, who's a very great, I really like that guy. He's for me he was the best Portuguese manager in even last season. Interesting comment, but yeah, so he's done good, and it was his homecoming. I mean, not homecoming, but yeah, it is he revisiting Molineux. I think that's I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Wolves ka stadium. And also, of course, whom did we see in the bench? It was none other than Harry Kane, who in fact even came on in the last 40 minutes, did not get any goal, but Tottenham managed to hold on to their 1-0 lead, which they got through a Dele Alli penalty, which was for sure a penalty for me. But Wolves could have easily scored a couple of goals. They had some really good chances. Adama Traore is so bloody fast, and all of this baby oil, which is a discussion we had in the 442 podcast also, कि वो baby oil, अगर oil लगाना भी है चलो slippery होना समझ में आता है, but baby oil क्यों, फिर कोई normal oil भी तो लगा सकता है, मतलब कोई और दूसरे तेल भी तो है. Baby oil, just going for baby oil is a very fascinating thing that Adama Traore goes for. And of course, Adama Traore is linked with Liverpool. I hope that happens because I can see him doing great things at Liverpool. He has that great burst, and I just want Liverpool to sign some non-African players, because जब AFCON होगा and Salah, Mane and Keita, mostly Salah and Mane का होगा, that when they leave, they definitely need some people forward who can help to fill that gap. But yes, let's hope that happens. As a Liverpool supporter, you really don't know कोई आएगा भी कि नहीं आएगा, कभी पता ही नहीं होता. ऐसे गरीबी वाली फीलिंग में तो हम बचपन से बड़े हुए हैं. Moving on to the last match that happened, Arsenal versus Chelsea, जिसमें Arsenal के basically कपड़े फाड़े गए, and man, Chelsea looks damn scary. Chelsea was already a great team before this. वे टूशल तो मतलब बिल्कुल ही बहुत ज़्यादा उनका डिफेंस तो मतलब कोई गोल ही नहीं खाते, और अब तो लुकाकू भी आ गया. बेसिकली उन्होंने एक बड़ा सा सांड जो मतलब just and dude, he's just so powerful. He's so powerful. Even the first goal in which Arsenal, I think holding it was basically trying to hold him, and he just like क्या मेरे को पकड़ेगा. It was like, dude, Lukaku just बहुत डरावना लगता है कि इतना ज़्यादा strong और इतना ज़्यादा powerful. And Chelsea right now looks scary how good they are. This when Pulisic, for me, who's probably going to be one of the most impactful midfielders, kind of midfielders forward, but yeah, midfielders, in this season. But he wasn't even playing. He's down with illness. जो मेरे FPL की टीम में भी था, but yeah, who was not in my first 11, of course. So I'm really nervous about next match being Liverpool versus Chelsea. क्या कपड़े फटने वाले भगवान जाने. Hope Lukaku feels a little softer that day and does not go batshit crazy. और आर्सेनल के बारे में तो क्या ही बोले क्या ना बोले. अब तो बुरा ही लगता है बेचारे आर्सेनल के लिए. पहले आर्सेनल फैंस को ना it used to be a fun thing to just troll them and कि about Arsenal, but now honestly I feel bad for Arsenal fans because again, as a Liverpool fan, have been there in years of obscurity and what lagi hui. So I just feel bad for Arsenal. It's just bad what's happening to them. They're being just whooping boys wala feeling aa rahi hai. God knows where it will happen. And it's also funnier if you think about it that वो ESL, that thing that never happened, उसके potential part होने वाले थे, and it's just going worse and worse. God knows what's the thing. How many times Arteta बोलता रहेगा please trust the process. कितना process को trust करे भाई, ये तो बिल्कुल ही trust the process उनका अच्छे दिन आएंगे वाला सीन हो जा रहा है. Sorry, भूल जाता कि political नहीं होना, but yeah, so yeah, God knows what will happen with Arsenal. People were linking up rumors of Antonio Conte with Arsenal. I personally do not see that happening. मतलब मुझे लगता है कि Arteta वो नहीं fire करने वाले, but honestly it will be better for them because Conte will come with a point to prove. Conte for sure, he did not like the way things ended at Chelsea in his last वो in his last reign, even how things had ended with Mourinho, all that banter and all that, he definitely has a point to prove. He will be coming back. So yeah, if that works out, it's great for them. I personally don't see that happening, but Arsenal definitely need some change. This is just going worse and worse, getting worse. और उनकी वाट लगने वाली है, to the point you feel sorry for their fans. But that was basically a roundup of all the matches. Again, I hope you liked seeing this. I'm planning to do this every Monday after kind of a weekend roundup. I'm putting it out. Comments about if anything I said that is not making sense and you don't agree with it. If you want to initiate a discussion on something else, if you want me to talk about something particular in the next football video, please let me know in comments, and don't forget to like this video. It helps grow the channel, and of course if you're not subscribed, please subscribe कर लो यार, इतना तो बनता ही है. And that's for right now. Hope to see you in the next video.